So let's do a report on Demarcus Robinson. This is the guy that stood out throughout the offseason. This guy is building a strong momentum. I mean, we picked him up from the Rams, who to me was underrated. I mean, last year he had some opportunities and made some nice big plays for the Rams during that season. That season when they were pretty thin at wide receiver, he was probably one of the very few guys who had to step in because of the injuries. But if you look at Demarcus Robinson's resume, man, he's been around the league, but one thing about this guy is he's never missed a playoff game throughout his career. He's got one Super Bowl ring with the team that actually beat us in 2019, actually, which is unfortunately, but you look at this guy's resume, all he does is win. When given the opportunity, this guy can make plays. I mean, he's just kind of been more of a backup throughout his career, but when given the opportunity, he could be a nice number 3 receiver. I mean, there's a lot to like about him. Just from talking to a lot of these Rams fans that are content creators, the only thing that came positive with this conversation was they really missed this guy in a way because they felt like he would probably be a bit of a loss because of what he brought to the table. And they told me that this guy might be an interesting pickup for the Niners, even though they hate that fact that he went to us, but they think he might be a great fit for us. But realistically, you seeing that the chemistry with him and Brock Purdy are just clicking. It's just something tells me that this guy's going to break out. I think outside of Juwan Jennings and quite a few other wide receivers, I think Demarcus Robinson is going to make some big-time plays this upcoming season. He's going to make some big plays. I think when given the opportunity, he's going to have a lot of opportunities because IU's going to miss a lot of time. So you're looking at the wide receiver depth chart. So he's probably going to miss 3 games at the max. So if you were to look into it after 3 weeks, you're probably looking at Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, and Demarcus Robinson going into that lineup. And I think the way how Brock Purdy's building that chemistry with these guys, it's going to go a long ways. I think this receiving core might have potential to be better than the previous years. No offense to Deebo Samuel. He was an outstanding player, but I feel like this is an offense that really fits up to Brock Purdy's skill set because you're getting guys who can run routes and separate, which is Demarcus Robinson's traits, man. He may not be the fastest, but he tends to make a lot of good catches. So there's something about him that stands out. Last year he had 7 touchdowns and over 500 yards receiving as a career high. He had 31 catches, wasn't quite like as much of his career best, but still, it's impressive. You like to see what you see from the receivers, and the guys already knows the system. He played under Sean McVay's offense, so he's going to have a simple transition, so it's not going to be hard for this guy to get up to speed, which he's already really standing out so far. That's all I've heard about is Demarcus Robinson. It's like this is the only wide receiver that I came away with, like between him and Juwan Jennings and Jordan Watkins, but all I've seen is Demarcus Robinson just making plays, bro. He's burning our DBs. He's making consistent plays, man. So something tells me that there's something special between him and Brock Purdy coming into the season. He's going to have a huge role for sure. The fact that we signed him to a 2-year contract, I just kind of was surprised we signed this guy. Like, I didn't think he was on our radar, actually, until I saw what he did last year with the Rams. And I'm like, okay, he might be a decent pickup. But then come to find out, he might be the most underrated pickup, man. So getting him for 2 years with $9 million, that's a steal. That's a huge steal. Because if he turns out to have a consistent year where he gets over 500 or 600 yards or something like that, damn, bro, that's a robbery right there. But I think he's going to have a huge role for us. Maybe 400 yards receiving, maybe 5 touchdown passes. We'll see. But I feel like he's got everything in place for this Niners offense to go to the next level. I feel like our offense is going to be pretty damn explosive, and it's going to include a guy like Robinson and Jennings and quite a few other guys like Watkins. But we'll see, man.